Hello, how are you today? We are here with Wagner from the band Corson King, and we are super excited. Thank you so much for joining our channel today.
Thanks for having me.
You know, we saw your video. How do you say it? Motorsage? I don't speak any German. I hear it's a German word.
Well, you'd say Motorsäge, and I don't speak that well too, so, but I think that's the proper way to say Motorsäge.
And what does that word exactly mean?
That means chainsaw. So I thought it was a cool sounding, so I went for it.
It definitely is a cool sounding name. So I would love to know, at what age did you pick up your first instruments?
My dad plays the guitar, and so I grew up around musical instruments my whole life. So since I remember existing, like I've always had like guitar, keyboards around. So I just play like since forever. But I started actually playing the guitar, the electric guitar, like with, I don't know, maybe 13, 14 years old.
Oh, so you made it in your teenage years. So you didn't do nothing in your younger years?
Nothing, like I didn't go to like classes, like official like classes, like up until I was like 14. I knew how to play already when I was like 10 or 12. I could play the guitar, but I had some private classes. I started doing like a lot of like guitar, piano, and classical composition, like when I was like 14, 15, up until my 20s.
All right, that's perfect. That goes into my second question, because I was going to ask: are you a self-taught musician? Even though you went to school, do you think that you taught yourself more than your actual teachers?
Well, I would say yes, because when I started having classes, like officially, not in school, just private school, just private teachers, I already knew like how to play and some music theory. My classes, I just attend them to improve my like music theory and some specific aspects of orchestral music, because I was always into this orchestral stuff and classical music. So yeah, I can say I'm self-taught, but I had some help like with some specific like subjects.
So if you open a book now, you could literally read music, like you are 100%, or you think you're maybe 70%?
I can read music for sure. I've been like a little bit rusty because for this project, I'm not like, I don't write like sheet music and stuff. I just play the riffs and record the vocals, and it's more about like recording and playing. So I don't write, but I can read music, not as fast as I used to. I have to read a little bit and take some time to think, but I can definitely read music.
Oh, that's great, because I can't. Everything for me is muscle memory. You find
Well, you can do a lot without reading music. To be honest, I don't remember the last time I look into a music score to read something. It's helpful.
Right? You don't write. Do you write tablature for your own music, or is it all muscle memory?
Yeah, I just remember the stuff. I don't write anything. Maybe eventually I'll have to do something. Like if people ask me, I had people ask me before for stuff, but I just said I don't have anything right now. So yeah, my songs are just recorded and here, and that's it. I hope I don't forget them.
Yeah, you know what? You should write them down, because I know a lot. Like, there's a couple bands that I love so much that they don't write their stuff down, and when I go to play it on guitar, I can't find them anywhere.
I know, I know.
Just for yourself, you should definitely do it.
Sure. It's a good. Eventually, I'll have to have, right. So I better just start doing something.
Why not, right? What's the worst that's
Yeah.
gonna happen? Got fans that play your music.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they won't.
No. So, who are some of your biggest influences in music?
I would say it's a mixture of my my parents had the classic rock and classical music and some pop, and my brother has had the metal, heavy metal stuff. So I grew up with those two worlds. So like Beatles and classical music, and my brother like with Sepultura and Metallica and Black Sabbath, Maiden. So I grew up on, like, I really listened to Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden a lot. That's I would say that, and everything like metal too, like '90s bands, not so metal, but more like Soundgarden, Alice in Chains. There's some bands that I dig more.
Well, those are great bands.
Yeah,
Some of the biggest bands in the music history you listen to. So that's amazing.
yeah.
So listen, I'm going to go back to your motor, the motor sage. You said motor sage. Say it one more time.
Motor Digger. Yeah.
Yeah. So why do you hide the musicians? Why do they wear costumes?
Right. Well, that's a great question. That was a choice made out of necessity, actually, because I play all the instruments. I record all of them, the drums and bass and guitar, and I sing. So while I was doing the pre-production of the album, uh, I had some of the songs like ready, and I wanted to shoot a music video for one of the songs that was Black Roses at the time. And I was thinking, okay, I can get away with this format here in the studio, like recording everything. But when it comes to a music video, it might be a problem. So I was trying to figure out how could I do that. So I had this idea to have this dancer making like a crazy choreography throughout the song. And I thought, okay, maybe it's cool, but it might be a little boring because it's just, the whole song she will have to come up with a huge like choreography. So I thought about maybe I can play the instruments in some way, like hide myself. I didn't even thought about the masks specifically. I just thought I could play the drums with the sheet, and then the guitar. It could be just like a silhouette or something like that. But then I come up with the masks. So I started thinking about the design. So I bought some masks. I made I customized them, and I talked to a director about the video, and she liked the idea. And yeah, that was it. That was just like a way to. It wasn't like a big plan that I had to have a masked band. It was just like I wanted to do a music video, and that was the way to do. So and I like the idea now. Even if I have the musicians, I think I will stick with this idea.
Well, you just totally shocked me because I had no idea that it was all you.
Right. Yeah. That's
You know what? You did a great job in making it look like you had other band members. Because you know what? If you just didn't tell me that, I would have never known. So whatever you had in
right.
your mind was perfection. Perfection.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. It's nice to hear that because people close to me, they know. So sometimes I kind of don't know what people see. Like they are kind of okay. What is that about? Like maybe because it's obvious for me, but
Yeah.
as far as I hear from people, they nobody noticed, which is the idea, right? But yeah, I mean, it's not something that I will hide forever because I can't. But the idea is like just look like a band. So yeah,
That's amazing. So basically what you're telling me is you're super talented. You're
I don't know about that. I can thank you, but yeah, I mean, actually, it's kind of it's for me it's easier because you don't have to go to the studio and you have like other people. I'm not difficult to work with, but I definitely like working by myself. I really like the being alone, recording, and then I take my time. Um, when you have input of other people, that's amazing. That could take you to different places, like musically. But if you have like a solid idea of what you want to do and you can do it, I think it's the best way.
Well, eventually you're going to want to go on tour, correct? So you're going to have to get guys that know your music. You're going to have to teach. It's like, or
Yes.
not doing that.
maybe that's the time I really need the music written, right? Like to give to them. So I actually need it. Yeah, I will definitely need musicians, and that is a tough part because it's in my case it's easy and hard at the same time. Hard because the songs are not so easy to play. It's not like crazy, but it's kind of not so easy. And but the easy part is the musicians won't have to create or write music. They just have to play the songs as they are. So it's just like learning the songs. They can look like they can be very ugly. I don't care because they wear masks, so I'm good.
Yeah, put them in masks. That's it. Uh,
Exactly.
that's funny. Yeah, so you definitely got to write the tablature because once you hand it to them, you say, "All right, learn this." And you know what? If you have like 100 people down the block, and you say, "All right, I'm trying out for who could play my music," you give everyone a sheet, and if
Right.
someone's going to come with the best, you're going to get the best.
That's
So
right.
you
That's right.
got to do it. So,
Yeah.
how long does it take to create a song, and what's the process? Who edits it? And who produces all your music?
Well, I produce them and I record them and then I mix and master. I do it all. I mean, when I started playing, I said, okay, I'm already doing all the instruments, so I might as well just learn that stuff. So I did like my research, and I spent like uh, a couple of months like reading about like music engineering and talking to people. I've worked in studios before. Not sorry, I didn't work like as an engineer. I recorded in studios, so I kind of know the process. And I observed and I said, okay, that's cool. That's not easy, but I definitely can do it if I have the equipment. So I just learned. I always had like recorders, like even back then, like analog recorders. I always liked like record stuff, like even like very um, like a beginner stuff. But then this like necessity like was like really it was really important to me to learn how to do the stuff because I've had good experience sending out music for people to mix and bad ones. Sometimes you spend money and it's okay that doesn't sound great and I still like it's not cheap. So and one thing there's another aspect to that too. For example, if you have like a really good sound tech that the guy that mix really well, depending on the dedication of this person, he would just like do the job to be okay. Okay, that sounds cool. I will send it back. Because I do my own songs, I won't like stop working until it's perfect. And I can't expect that from other people. I mean, it's hard for someone to okay, no, I want to do this perfectly. It doesn't happen often unless it's a really famous guy that is really making a lot of money out of a big production. Then he will, if you're a big band already. So that's why I decided to do by myself because that I have control of the quality.
Yeah, you're basically telling me that you are 1,000% independent.
Yeah,
Thousand
yeah,
percent.
that's the way to go.
Hey, listen. You know what? It's all your pocket, nobody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, your video, amazing video. It,
thank
it,
you.
it really was. You saw our reaction. It was great. That's why we're talking
Yeah,
today. Yeah, you know what? We loved it, and we appreciate that you actually put the video on your link inside your Instagram. Don't think I didn't notice that. That is awesome. Thank you so
that
much.
absolutely. It's my pleasure. It was fun to watch, and I only share. Not I didn't share because you guys like it. Of course, that's cool too. But I generally like the format, and you guys are funny, and you pointed out like really important aspects of the song, which makes me really happy because when I'm writing, um, you want like people to like the songs, of course, but I like when people like notice like the smallest details, like the riff in the verse, like your son mentioned that was like going downstairs. I thought it was hilarious and it made sense. I thought it was cool. And you mentioned like the new part there, whatever after the second verse, chorus, that is like some crazy transition. So I appreciate like that someone actually pay attention to all that stuff.
No, the song was amazing. It really was. So, your video, where was it made, and how did you get this location?
Well, I that was my second music video, so I knew some places that I wanted to shoot a music video. So I called my friend, my producer friend, and told him. Oh, it was during the pandemic, so we couldn't do like uh, a shooting like involving like a lot of people because of the restrictions. So we could. It had to be like 3 or 4 people. So that's a challenge too because it takes a lot of a big crew to shoot a music video. So I called him and I said, I need someone to shoot this music video and I need your help with like the fire, like logistics and props and everything. So he found like a guy that I kind of knew already, which was cool. And he told me about this location. It was like an abandoned factory, like it's a huge place. So he told me about this place. I went there to take some pictures and I liked the place. And yeah, we set the crew and everybody was ready and we did, and it was fun.
Did you have to pay for this location, or was it just somewhere public?
No, I did have to. It was like, I mean, it was like a long like negotiation, not because it's hard people sometimes are slow. So I went there. There was this guy like took care of the place, and I asked for take some if I could take some pictures and talk to the owner or whatever. And he said, unfortunately, you can't, but I can give you the phone of the lady that owns the place. So he gave me the phone. I was trying to talk to her like for weeks, and she always like, oh, I wanted to meet her there to take pictures, and she was like just like, no, I can't today, next week. So after weeks, she finally meet me there, and yeah, I took some pictures and I liked the place, and yeah, I had to rent for a day.
Okay, perfect. You know what? Nothing's free.
Yeah, no,
That's
no,
that's
no. If you want to do like something like you have to be spacious and stuff, so you have to
yeah,
you have to
yeah.
do it.
So, do you have any memorable moments during your production? Anything funny? Anything sad? Did
Well,
something catastrophic happen? What's your most memorable moment?
well, other than minor fire little incidents, um, we had like there are two interesting things that happened. We had to be there 5 a.m., which is like was dark in a dangerous part of the city, and um, we thought about, okay, we need someone there before us to open the gate so we can unload the gear safely and quickly. So we hired a security guard to be there before us. So because we will be there like totally dark. It was like crazy. So he supposed to be there 4:30, and I was heading to the location with this truck like full of equipment. And the guy called me and he said, "Oh, look, I just got here and someone tried to rob me immediately after I got here." Like I said, "Okay, that's great." I felt bad for him, but I felt good that I hired someone because it could be us like a few minutes later, right? So I said, "Okay, we knew it was a tricky place, but not as tricky." So we got there. Everything was fine. The guy like ran away because the security guard is he knows what he's doing, so he kind of reacted. The guy flee. So yeah, so we got there and it was like pitch black. We couldn't see a thing. So I I dropped my backpack and I reached out for my flashlight because we needed to see, and we went for a walk in the location to see where were we doing like what. So when I was back, my backpack was open and all messed up, and I was like, okay, what happened here? Like I know all these people here, no one touched that. It's weird. So and we were like alert because of the guy that was we are kind of, we have to better watch out here. So then I see that cat, the black cat that is in the video. The cat would open my my backpack and ate my breakfast. He managed to open whatever container that was there,
Are
and
you
he was eating my breakfast.
ah,
So that was funny, and I said, okay, it must be starving. So I just grabbed the rest of the food and I gave it to him. After that, this cat will follow me around during the whole shooting, everywhere.
put him in the video?
That's what we did. He's in the video because he was just following us. We didn't have any plans. I didn't even know there was a cat there. So that was kind of interesting because it was like a cool add to the video. So yeah, it was fun.
That's you know what? I'm so glad I asked this question because that's an amazing story.
Yeah, it was interesting.
That's great. You know what? You see so many people who make videos and so many stories out there that nobody knows. That we just watch the video, you see a cat, you would never think, okay, that all happened. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah.
So, what can we expect from you in the future? Do you have any albums coming out, some videos, maybe a tour?
Right now I'm writing some new songs. I will probably do kind of the same thing I did with the first album. I will record some of the songs, pick one or two, release as singles beforehand, before the album. I love music videos, so I'll probably do one or two if possible, if that's possible. It will take a while because it's a long process. As I told you, I do everything. So now I'm just writing the songs. So once I have like a couple of songs, I will decide what kind of sound I'm going for. And then I have to write more songs and pick one that I like to make the music video. About touring, right now, I can't even think about that because I'm so busy with the writing and stuff, and I think I need a little bit more uh, material. I have like 7 songs on my first album, so that's kind of a, it's not a great amount of music to think about like touring and stuff. So maybe after I release my second album, I will feel like that I have like a body of work like more like solid, and I can think about like going on the road and playing that live. But eventually it will happen.
I hope so. You know what? Even with 7 or 8 songs, you'd be a great opening act. You know what? You don't need to go headliner right away. Just
Absolutely.
you know what I mean. You just
Yeah.
say, hey, listen, I'll be the first band out of 3. I don't care, you know. But as long as you're
Sure. I don't mind at all.
exactly, it's beautiful, you know. So I'm gonna ask you the last question. What would you say to anyone trying to start in music or the business itself? What advice would you give them?
Well, that's a tough one. It's tricky these days because social media gives you the impression that everything can happen like real fast.
Yeah, instant gratification, I call it.
Yes, but at the same time, any type of art that you really like have something to say or show that means something to you and will people relate to, it's a slow process. It's always been, and we need like patience, like hard work and consistency. So it's kind of hard to be in social media that you need everything now and then you want to go viral, but at the same time you're doing something that you know it will take a while. So that's what I would say. You need like patience, hard work, and be consistent.
That's the best thing I've ever heard because that's what I tell my son. You know, he's in the era of instant gratification. I'm like,
Yeah.
John, we're gonna have to make 1,000 videos, do 1 million interviews,
Hmm.
one view at a time. You know, we're not going to get 1 million views at in one video. The viral video, it doesn't happen often. It's very you
Yeah,
got to
and
be
there's you're totally right. Plus, I mean, of course, it will be nice for everybody to go
yeah,
viral eventually. But if you think about it, one video going viral doesn't mean that you will make it or something like that. It was just one video that will be like isolated, which sometimes it makes even weirder because we have one thing that is huge and there are a lot of things that are kind of not, so you don't see the connection. So it's nice to see everything growing together.
Or everything the same.
Yeah, but if you get in the play of the game of the numbers and stuff, you are on YouTube and you know probably better than me. I'm on Spotify too. The amount of ads I get every day to buy followers, buy playlists on Spotify, I can do it tomorrow if I want. And then I can show everybody, look, I have like 1 million, whatever. That's great. If people do that, that's the way they do. I respect that. But if you get caught in that game, that's bad news.
No, we started 3 years ago, and we just hit 9,000 subs on YouTube, and it's been
That's
nothing.
amazing.
Hard work, time. Like I said, you know what? Our fans are really our fans because they've
Yeah.
watched day one, and the fans that we're getting today from guys like you that share our videos, we get another say another 10 fans, and then they'll follow us, and it's like it's a gradual stepping stone. It's and but I love those fans way more than if we were to get a viral video. And I like you for one video. What do you know? You like us for 1,000 videos. That's what I
I
mean.
know. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So yeah, as long as you keep going, like those small achievements will become something over time, hopefully.
No, they will. They will. A hard work pays off.
Yeah,
I'm a true believer, and even if it's 20 years from now,
of
hard.
course.
That's what we do. Well, listen, Wagner, this has been absolutely amazing, and I'm so happy that you joined us for our stepping stone of growth,
Of
and
course.
hopefully we joined you for your stepping stone of growth. And this isn't the last time. Thank you.
No,
This has
I
been.
appreciate that. Yeah, thank you for having me, and it was fun. And I'm here. Whatever you guys are planning, or if I make some new stuff, I'll send you. I will send you so we can do something in the future again.
Please, we would love to. We're gonna react to more things coming, from you. Definitely, that
Cool.
is amazing.
I'm glad to hear that.
All right, well, we're the Nobodies. Rock on, and you are.
Corson King.